Hello, my students. I welcome you again to my YouTube channel, Ritvi's Academy. And I have brought the last part of the chapter, that is chemical reactions and equation. In this video, we are going to learn about the corrosions and rancidity. So let's start. Now, the corrosion, that is not a new term for you people, rusting, corrosion and all. So if you just talk about the rusting, what do you mean by rusting? Rusting means the iron, means the word comes in your mind, that is iron. Iron means when metal, iron, that comes in the contact of moisture, water continuously, what happened? Then it forms a layer that is called the rust. That is the oxide layer, right? Because of the moist air when it comes in the contact of the metal, and then it makes the that iron weaker. Okay, although everyone we don't like in that rusting and all, because this makes our the items which are made up of metal, which are made up of iron, and they make them weaker. So we have the same thing if you just talk about the other metals, like we say any kind of metal, when they come into contact of air or acid or moisture or some other acetic gas like sulfur dioxide, means you can say pollutant, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and any other type of acids, if they come in contact with that, then what happened? The metal they convert into the undesirable compound, and that makes the metal weak. So it is not only happening in the case of iron only, but it happens in the case of other metal also, right? So they make them weaker and all. So this is a slow process. It is not a fast process. It is slow, you can say, process, and this causes damage to our whatever the items we have that are made up of metals. Like we have car, we have bridges, iron railing, chips, and other you can say number of items we have which are made up of metals. And iron is the most common metal which is used in such you can say objects and all. So that's why now we it's our you can say duty also, and we also want to keep a long life to our objects which are made up of metal. So we will also check it out how to prevent our metal from getting rusted or corroded. So rusting, first of all, let's define rusting. Rusting is when iron or any iron article, when they're exposed to atmosphere, means when they come in contact of you can say acetic gases, or you can say that is moist air or any such thing. What happens? They attack by oxygen and moisture, and they form a layer that is a reddish brown layer, which we have seen, which we have already mentioned. And you can see the picture, also the corrosion picture I have put here, just to give a look of rusting or the corroded things. And it makes our substance they look ugly also. So that's why it is a layer which makes our metal what weaker, and that compound is rust, and that is the oxide one. So this system, this corrosion of iron or any other metal, you can say, especially if you just talk about the iron, that is called the rusting. And in case of other metal, you use the word, a general word is that what is corrosion. So how to prevent our objects from getting rusted? So what are the things which you're already aware of? You have generally seen that we used to paint our such articles, our objects which are made up of metal, so that they should not come in contact with the moist air. So there is a layer. The paint is making a layer between the object, the metal, and the moist air, so that help to prevent the object from getting rusted. Or what we can say, oiling, greasing, what you used to do it, and galvanization. Galvanization we have done it, that if we make a layer on iron of that with the metal, zinc, or zinc is relative to, if you compare with metal, zinc is less reactive, so it gives a longer life to such objects, and like bridges and such kind of thing which are used in huge construction. And now the question is for safety also, right? So this is the way. There are so many other methods also. We are having alloying. Alloying is also, alloying means, like we say, we used to give a layer of any such alloy, which is a mixture of metals or non-metals or only metals, just to give a long life and a shiny appearance as well. Chromium. Chromium also sometimes we use it to give a shiny appearance, plus prevention of rusting. Like we have taps, bicycle parts and all, we give a layer of chromium. So why we are giving another layer over iron or such thing? Because these chromium or zinc or such kind of thing, they are less reactive, so they give shiny appearance, plus they give long life, because they are helping them to prevent from rust, right? Now rancidity. The rancidity means if the food we have kept the food, especially the food which is containing more of fats and oils, it gets oxidized easily. अगर आप compare करो, आप एक बहुत ज़्यादा oily food है, बहुत ज़्यादा spicy food है, जिसमें बहुत सारे oils वगैरह use हुए हैं, और एक आपको बहुत simple food है, like it's kind of khichdi, you can say that. So if it's simple food, so you will see that कौन सा खाना जल्दी खराब होगा, तो obviously the food which is containing more of fats and oils, that will be easily it will become, you can say, it will start giving bad smell and bad you can say taste and all. This is rancidity, what you can say. Why? Because if the more of fats and oils we are using, the food becomes easily oxidized. It comes into the contact of you can say air, and what happened because of this reason, what is happening, that the food start giving the bad effect, you can say bad smell and the taste, which is not good for health. And if still we are eating, we are having such food, it may cause food poisoning as well. So we should not have such food. So how we can prevent our food from getting, you can say, from getting rancid? Why? How can we protect for a longer time? So there are some techniques we are having which are helping us to prevent from rancidity. So as you have seen, you compare if we are having some things at home and we are taking the same thing from the market. So what happens? The market, the things, they are not easily getting rancid because they are adding some kind of chemicals which are antioxidants, which are helping to prevent oxidation. Oxidation नहीं होगा, खाना जल्दी नहीं खराब होगा. It is, they can preserve it for a longer time. Second thing, जब हम खाना लाते हैं घर पे, तो हम use like we have any such thing which you want to keep, just make them crisp like chips, or we can say biscuits and all. We keep it in the airtight container. Why we are keeping in airtight container? Because so that food will not come in contact of you can say with air, so it will not become you can say soft. The crispiness will be there, plus the oxidation will not have, it will not take place. The food will be preserved for a longer time. So that's why the airtight container also helping us to preserve the food for a longer time, as it is stopping the bringing the food in contact with the air. Fridge, refrigerator, easiest one. हमने बहुत सारा खाना बनाया, we don't want to cook you can say at night. So what we can do, we just keep the food in the fridge, because fridge also, the at low temperature also the oxidation doesn't take place and the growth of microbe doesn't take place, and that helps to prevent the food from acidity for a longer time. Replacing oxygen in the container with another gas. Chips, everyone loves to have chips, right? So when you just have chips, what happens? आपने भी देखा है वो जो पैकेट होता है ना, बहुत ज़्यादा क्या बोलते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा फूला जैसे होता है, right? So why so? Because it is filled with nitrogen gas. Why nitrogen gas? Why so? अगर आप suppose करो कि you have a, you can say, packet of chips, you have eaten half of the packet and you thinking, okay, I will eat means next day that half of the packet. What will happen? होता है ना, smell आने लगती है कई बार. The crispiness is not there. It may become you can say the smell is not good, the taste is not that much you can say good. So what happened? Why so? Initially when we open, even if they're kept you can say for a longer time, for a week or for a month in a packet, so it means nothing happened. But when we opened it and we kept only for some hours or one day, now what is happening? Why so? Because when it is packed, the nitrogen gas is filled in such kind of packets, and that helps to prevent oxidation. Oxidation नहीं हुआ, so हमारी वो चीज preserve रही, crispiness रहा. But as we have opened the packet, air comes in contact and the food becomes rancid. So this is how, these are some methods which can be used to protect our food from rancidity. So I hope the topic is so simple. I know that you people have learned it. Thank you so much for just learning from the video, for your support and all. Keep supporting. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe. Stay home. And we'll see you soon.